Everyone is ADD, kinda. Well, that's exactly what it's. So ADD isn't that you have something wrong with you. It's just your brain is a little more active. It is a spectrum in a way, right? So it's you can either be right at the top or right at the bottom or in the middle. And it's normal to be like, in the middle or top-ish, but people that go lower and lower have more issues concentrating. And that's it's not like it's an on or off switch type thing, you know what I mean? But in saying that, I feel like we are definitely, people are going to say kids are ADD because of computers and shit. But the reality is, my mind was very much like that before I had a computer or a Nintendo. I didn't read books. Fuck that shit. Someone gave me a book, I'd throw that shit out, dude. Or they'd be like, hey, here's your homework. I'd go read the back of the book and be like, yeah, okay. I'll just base it off this loosely, and that would be my shit. It's not something that is, while it is true, I believe that your brain in a way can be trained to think certain ways, right? It can be shaped to be better or worse in that aspect. It is still as true that naturally I believe some people are just, we're all human, we're not the same. It's just the reality of how it is. And for some people, they can adapt and work and live and use it, and it's fine. And that's what I did for 30-something years. Although, I know for a fact, every job I had or, any sort of schooling I had, I wasn't great at purely because of concentration and whatnot. If I didn't really enjoy what I was doing, I wouldn't be able to do it, essentially. My brain would... It's hard to describe, but your brain is irritated, and you just about get a headache from it. And it's not like if you... Yeah, it's hard to say. It's very hard to describe how it is. But that's the best way I could imply it without it, like, seeming too far from what you guys would have felt, I guess. It just feels like an itch in your brain always. And ever since I've been on the meds, which is... listen, okay? I played Tarkov since 2017. Every game I've ever played, I would rush through, and I would never do anything in it. I just play it, right? And I'd still enjoy it, I just play it. It was the same with education. It was the same with listening to people. It was the same even communicating like this to people. A lot of the points wouldn't be made correctly, or I just wouldn't listen and soak in what was said, right? Same with, like I said, in the games. I wouldn't do quests. I wouldn't do anything. But I started taking the meds like 6 months ago. I played Tarkov all the way through it. I finished pretty much every quest and shit. Like, listen. That isn't the answer to wanting to play Tarkov. You don't take drugs, but apparently it works. But when I talk to people these days, I'm very much more, there in the conversation. I will be more inclined to listen and actually soak in what is being said. Even if I feel like the conversation is, sort of whatever, I'll still at least sit there and listen to it and whatever. But before that, I'd be in the conversation with somebody and I'd just fucking start looking at the wall and be thinking about fucking whatever the fuck bullshit came into my head. Probably coding, more than likely. And that's what the idea is with the drug. It's not meant to turn something on or off. It just adjusts it. So I'm still going to be fucking different. I'm still going to think different, because it's not like, I guess, depression meds where it's like, sort of switches things off to an extent. It's more of a, more chemicals come out, essentially, that are, I guess, on the entertainment side of things, which allows you to naturally listen to things and not be bored instantly. Like, your concentration is just better, I guess. It's hard to say, but that's how it is. I feel like it is it's not necessarily a cure to anything, obviously, but for some people it helps, and other people it might not. And I think I was lucky with it, because I did. I mean, dude, I used to throw when I was in like year 4 or 5. I think back to this and I'm like, dude, I was fucking, you know, on the spectrum as fuck. Okay, I used to just be fucking sitting in class and I'd get bored and I wouldn't have, you know, anything to entertain myself, so I'd just start throwing rubbers at people, fucking just doing shit that is like obnoxiously fucking shitty as a kid, just because, you know what I mean? Like, just I had to do something to make my head not itch. It sounds fucking dumb, I get it, I know, but that's the best way I can describe it to you. I had to make my brain think about things that were like stimulating for my brain to feel like it was functioning somewhat normal, if that makes sense. And I guess when you get adrenaline or, you know, do certain things, it would give that stimulation in your brain so you would feel normal for a little bit, if that makes sense. That's the best way I can describe it with people that don't have it. And I guess a good way of putting it for you guys would be like, if you know somebody that is, if you ever get stressed the fuck out, right? Just not stressed the fuck out, but like minor stress that builds up and it just annoys you, right? That's what it's like in a way with everything you do that is, you know, patience, listening, you know, that sort of shit. That's the way to sort of say it, I think. It's a different kind of stress. It's more of an itch, like I said. It's just annoying. My sleeping has always been fucking horrible, dude. So I take Catapres or some shit, which is like, it does the opposite of what my ADHD meds do. So it slows me down even like a lot, basically. So my brain starts to not, I guess, it's very weird, because technically my ADHD meds I take in the morning will make my brain more stimulated, so I will naturally somehow be more. You'd think it would be worse and I would be irritated better, but it's not. It's not like that. Like I will listen more and shit. It's really strange. You'd think if it was dumbing me down, it would be doing that, but it's not. But when it dumbs me down, I can go to bed and sleep because my brain switches off because of the other shit. So, but yeah, no. I mean, if I didn't have that shit, me trying to sleep would be fucking no. I did it once or twice because I didn't. I'll wake up sometime. Well, not even wake up. I'll just be like, damn, I forgot my. I didn't take my sleeping pills. That's why I'm staring at the wall 3 hours later.